Got a big old Sun Cruiser. Let's go take a look at this. We're gonna go up this ladder here. Just backed it in, so we have got to take a look at it. Take a look at the roof. Then we'll protect it. If the scaffold's all the way around, I will. If it's not, then I can't. Nope. I'll be able to get an idea of what we got here. Lock them wheels in. You're gonna lock those wheels in for me. All right, let's see what we got. Dycorf. I think you said they had some trouble with this air conditioner. This thing hasn't been leaking too bad, if I remember right. And but he did have some leaks coming around here. So what they did is just ran some great stuff foam in there just to try to stop the leaks. So we're gonna see what's going on. Hopefully the deck is okay. We may get lucky with this and not have to redeck it. Not sure, but we'll find out. But overall, it's the same old type of RV roof. Caulking all around there. You get out there every 3 or 4 months, put some more on there, more on. The only one's putting more on is a moron. There's something wrong with that system. You don't have to do that. Got a cracked skylight. So let's see if we can get a new lens. Or if we can fix that, I don't know. But that's something that we got to look into. See if I showed you that. Sometimes I'm looking at what I'm doing and not looking at what the camera's doing. But this is that great stuff that they want you to put on here, and typically, like I can feel that wants to move out of there. Typically, you know, this isn't going to stick to plastic unless it's primed, and you tend to get some leaks in these, you know. So, you obviously got gloves on as well, but they don't usually stay too well. See, I'm starting to pull that apart already, even with my gloves on. So, I don't know if that's another crack there, so I'm going to have to see if I got a lens for that. I may have to get in a hurry and order that. And it's one of those fancy-dancy septic veins, you know, the air will grab it so it'll get the stink out of the tank, I guess. And let's see, we got a crank up antenna over there. Not sure if it's going to stay. In the sense like we got to get rid of it anyways. We don't reinstall those. But let me see if that other side's already locked in. Maybe I can go over there. Let's see. Kind of a bubble in here. You can see that. So this looks like it's a one piece that folds over. This doesn't even, it's not a membrane. It's going to be Phylon. So if you do have one of these, you want to make sure you seal right here, right in this wire. Make sure pull this boot up, make sure that's sealed because water will travel down inside there. And you want to do that. You see all the foam they use. You see in there. See how low that is? That's why you need it up on a curve. All this water is going to be rushing in. There's just a foam gasket underneath the air conditioners, and that foam gasket is going to be taking a beating from all the, you know, the water flowing through during the rainstorm as you're traveling, but also it's going to take a beating from all the pollen, the dirt, and everything. So he said there was a slight belly that he saw in there. But again, when we take this off, we're going to find out, and we'll reinforce it obviously if we have to. Right now, we're just trying to get this, get it wrapped, you know, protect the awnings, that type thing, get all that squared away. This awning is going to have to come off because it goes into this bar. This is a termination bar, gutter rail, awning rail, going to be taking that off. So we take that off, then we'll don't necessarily have to take the awning off, but we just may do it as a prudent measure. But nonetheless, it's in the way. That'll come off. Peel this up. All this fiberglass, and then we'll peel all that up, and that's that. That's definitely not a membrane, but that's around. You can see it looks like some water or something maybe getting in here. That's the only reason somebody would do that. But you really want this to be open, because the air, when it catches air, well, the design of it really is to go up, and it's supposed to pull like a vacuum, if you will, to kind of get the air to circulate out. I don't really like these things mounted like that, so we're going to get that straightened away too. All right, you got an overview. Let's get it going. Okie dokie. So we have got, this was a fiberglass roof. We tore it all off. We had one piece that got stuck right here. That was the only glued piece. You can see the rest of it come out real good. It's the only one that was glued real well, and it popped it. So now what we're going to do, we'll patch that. Other than that, we can go ahead and we can start getting roofing on. But in order to get the roofing on, once we get the roofing on, one of the issues that we do have, we got to get some plating around here, so we have something to screw to. We can't screw right to just that, so we got to get that right. See what I'm saying? Like right here, that's just 1/8 inch. How are you going to get something to hold to an 1/8 inch sheet? You're not. So we're going to have to put some plate around there. So when we put our curbs down and everything, it's all mounted. All of these openings. So we had some foam over here, and the foam it was a foam shoulder, so we're going to correct that. We'll put a piece of steel on this and roll it over. The foam will be underneath it just to give it some shape to maintain it, and then we'll run with it all the way down, back and forth on both sides. That's what we'll do. So so far so good. We're moving along, and we're going to see if we can get a roof on it today. Possibly. Still got. Right now we're going to start gluing down the roof deck. That's what we're doing here. So. And then what we did is, see, there's no stock in here. This is why these things leak. They expect, when they put that vent in there and they run the 28 screws all the way around, they expect those little screws to bite into 1/8 inch. That's it. There's no framing, no stock. So now when the wind is hitting the vent and it's wobbling, well, of course they're going to loosen up. When they loosen up, then the caulking loosens up. You get water in it. Then you put some more on there, more on. And once you put more on, then you got to do it again. You do it right, and that's the problem. So what we did is put some stock in here. So we're going to lace over the sheathing. We'll go over and lock that in place. Now we got some nice stock that's actually up underneath the new stuff we're doing, so it's all locked in real tight. So we still got obviously something to do. We just did a repair over there. That's going to get overlaid, and we're going to go right along the whole thing, and we'll get this thing redecked. So on the Sun Cruiser, the one that we're redecking, you need to get some support up there. If you're going to put some weight up there, just put some. It's just smart to do. You want to get that in there. Okay, we got it all down through the coach the whole way. So we made some new shoulders right here, all the way down. We glued them in, and now we're stapling it. And then we're going to put our protective strips on there. We already got one side done over here. We're about to roll this side. We've already got this other side over here. The passenger side's already done, glued, rolled. You can see probably see our protective strips. You can see the shadow lines of them. So we're going to roll this over, and then down there in the end, if you notice on here, we got a burp on there, but there's the shower lens comes all the way over there. That's why there's nothing to stick to, because that shower is going to be there. The bubble, the lens, or whatever, the light. Plastic, the lid, you know what I'm saying. So now we'll get up here and roll it all out, cut out our vents, and she's gonna be good to go. We are done with our Sun Cruiser. There's our logo. Just heat welded that on there. RVRoof.pro. The month and the year we installed it. So now when the customer comes back, we can see how the roof is performing. And then also, if they ever want to sell it, I don't want someone coming up here trying to talk a customer down after they spent money to put a roof on. So they can say, hey, that thing was just put on a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years ago, what have you. But this is a 20-year roof system. This is a commercial grade TPO. It's the same product you're going to find on a restaurant, on an office building, a library. Same exact installation procedures. So what we've done here is I've just designed these curbs. As you can see, they're up underneath the air conditioner, that are up underneath the vents and so forth. I designed them so they fit and function for an RV. But this is the actual material right here. you can see the squares in there. That's the scrim, and there's the mesh that's inside it, right? And that's where you get all your strength from the sheet, and it will resist like tree branches and hail and so forth. So these ladders right here, these are custom boots we made. So the ladder is mounted just like right here. You can see how that's mounted. There's another one of those on the deck. So we screw that down, and if you've been watching, obviously you watched the video, you saw we have steel plate in there, so we make sure it's secured in there really well. And then we go around that. So when this thing, if it ever moves like this as you're climbing up the ladder, you don't have to worry about it breaching and leaking. You're done. The air conditioners, we've obviously got them up on a curb, and you can see we got stands in the back. It gives it some balance. And then all of that curb is all welded, the whole thing, not just the edge, the whole entire curb, the whole flange is all welded in there. And then on these curbs, I have counter flashing that I built into these. Now obviously we're on the back side, but we'll go around to the front here. We'll look at this shower lens we cleaned up a little bit for them because we couldn't get a replacement, but we epoxied all that back together for them. But on this curb here, you see we've got this counter flash right here. So now as the water is coming across the roof, and even if it wanted to drive up here with some blowing rain, it's going to hit here and get redirected out. It can't jump over. It'll have to go around, find another way. So he wanted one of these. I think that was on there before the other one broke. We replaced that, and now we got a max air vent that he picked up, put on there. So now getting back to the air conditioner, we have water that's going to be coming down from the cap, and if it does, I don't want it trying to trickle back. I don't want, when you go on the other side, on the side here, and on the opposite side underneath, the air conditioner pan, it has some corrugation in it, so it's really hard for water to try to travel that back that way. Also, the water would be kind of moving in that direction because you'd be moving forward, right? The wind would be blowing it. But that being said, we put this counter flash up underneath here as well, and that goes underneath onto the frame of the air conditioner. So when the water comes around the cover, it's going to hit that. It'll hit this counter flash, and it'll drip down below the counter flash that's on the curb, you see? So it'll go down below that, and out she goes. So we did that to this one, obviously, to this one, did the same one to the air conditioner up front here. A couple of stands over there, got the same front counter flash, and some of them are a little different. So we do custom fabrication here. Anything I need to do, need to build, need to make, need to alter, need to strengthen up, we can do it in the shop. You're not going to get that anywhere else. So you're certainly not going to get all these counter flash pieces somewhere else. You're not going to get all of that. So all these custom curbs, every one of them, whatever they are, I'll build them to fit. So even these boots here, I like these the way they are, that wine guard, and I'll show you on that what I like about it. Scoot around here a little bit. That's what's great about this scaffold, you walk all around. But the way we design these is if in the event he has some issues with this antenna, it's real simple. All you have to do is take those nuts off of there, pop it loose, take the coax on the other side, unscrew that, thing comes out. Go in the store, get another one, drop it on there, put your coax back on. Easy peasy. So, got 2 strikes of caulking all the way down. There's 2 strikes all the way across, and we replace this insert trim. Actually, what we did on this one, we rebuilt the shoulder. Once we got the shoulder rebuilt, we put a termination bar on the top of this because it was just easier than trying to take all of that apart. It just was not necessary. So if you're looking at some of that little tinge right there, that's a primer. You need to have that primer on there. I wish it was a little closer, but it's kind of hard to put on because you only need it where you're going to put caulking. So this insert trim, it snaps in around that track. This track, it's just a track in there. Most of them, you'll push it in there and it'll snap open on the inside. But this snaps inside. There's a groove in this. I may have a piece over there to show you. So like I said, 2 strikes all the way down. Look at how we did the solar. Same kind of idea. Put the boots there, and then you have these bolts here. If he ever has any issues with the solar, pop it off, and then we put a little piece up on here just to kind of hold those wires in place. Got the same for this antenna we dug out. I think from what he tells me, that's an outside radio antenna for the stereo system. So, but she's done. She's done. So keep in mind that these are not DIY videos, they're not tutorials. You know, we have a lot of folks that call in for it, but there's a lot to doing these. It really is. It's not nearly as simple as most people think. Just tear it off, put it on. Not to do it the right way, put it that way. So that being said, you know, keep in mind they're not DIY tutorials any way, shape, or form. We put these together so the customer can see exactly all the work we did, what we fixed, and so forth as we were going along with their coach. That's really why we put them together. We do appreciate you watching. We do appreciate you subscribing. But like I said, just keep that in mind. So let's see if I can find some of that insert trim. Shop's a little messy, but I do have some here in black. See if I can find a channel for you real quick. So here would be your insert trim like that. See, that's what it would be. That flat stock is right here. This is it, and it's the same one on there. And you can see that groove right there. That's the channel that this would sit in. You see how that has a groove in it? And that groove will lock on the inside and the outside once you get it all in there. So it snaps in, it keeps all the water out. That's what I like about it. Also, keep in mind, we don't sell anything either. I don't sell any curves. We don't sell anything at all. Not anything. We're not a sales shop. We're just a service center. So, and all this stuff here, even like this black, you can't even buy it. So, it doesn't exist on the market. I had to special order it, almost 2 miles of it. So, the white, you may be able to find online. I know AP Products makes an insert trim for this. But theirs isn't quite like this. This is a different one, like you said, that had to order. So other than that, we're done. We appreciate you watching. And she's about ready to go out the door. I think the owner come in, and he's excited to get it back. So we got to break all the scaffold apart and everything. And I got to move that one up there and so forth. And he's going to be trucking on his way. So we also went around the lights right here. We went around the lights, but I do recommend to go around and seal everything, like on this ladder. Go around there. Got to clean that out, seal that. And then also when you seal that, what you want to seal is right in there as well. You want that sealed. So we're going to double check to make sure it looks, I'm going to double check on those rivets now that I already looked at that. But that's stuff you want to have sealed. You want to have everything sealed up, like even around the windows. Go around the windows, you want to go around, there's a light up there. Anything where water would hit, you want to have it sealed. So, like I said, we appreciate you watching. And there's plenty of other videos on there as well. You can just surf along. There's probably over, I'm sure there's over 100 videos up on our channel. So, thanks for watching.